Nagesh Karajgi Orchid School. I am Savita teacher and I am teaching grade 4 science. Dear student, you have learnt about in last lesson the different kinds of teeth, the structure of tooth and how should you take care of your teeth. We learn these all points in lesson number 3, that is teeth and microbes. Today let us learn about microbes, kinds of microbes and what are harmful microbes and useful microbes. But before starting these points, let us quickly recall about the different kinds of teeth, the structure of a tooth and how should you take care of your teeth. In last session we explained that usually a child gets his or her first tooth at the age of 6 or 7 months, and a 3 years old child usually has 20 teeth, and this first set of teeth is called milk teeth or temporary teeth. And when the child is about 6 years old, the milk teeth begin to fall out and new teeth that are bigger starts growing in their place. You can see the picture. When the child is about 6 years old, the milk teeth begin to fall out and new teeth that are bigger starts growing in their place, and these are called permanent teeth. By the time the child becomes an adult, he or she has 32 permanent teeth. Now we will see what are the kinds of teeth. The teeth are of different shapes because they have different uses. You can see on the board, in the upper jaw and in the lower jaw, different shapes, teeth are of different shapes because they have different uses. Now we will see the different kinds of teeth and their uses. An adult has 4 kinds of teeth. They are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. You can see on the board, the first teeth are incisors, then next canines, and then premolars are there, molars are there. Now we will see incisors. 4 front teeth are called incisors. They help to cut food. They help to cut and bite food. That's why they are called cutting teeth also. And there are 8 incisors in all. You can see on the board, 4 front teeth in upper jaw and 4 front teeth in lower jaw are incisors. As they help us to cut and bite food, they are also called as cutting teeth. Next is canines. Sharp and pointed teeth next to incisors are called canines. Canines are used for tearing food like meat. That's why they are called tearing teeth also. And you can see 4 canines in all. 2 canines in upper jaw and 2 canines in lower jaw. Now next are premolars. 2 teeth next to each canine are premolars and they are flat and wide. They are used to crush food. They help us to crush food. That's why they are called crushing teeth also. And there are 8 premolars in all. You can see on the board, 4 premolars are in upper jaw and 4 premolars in lower jaw. So there are 8 premolars in all. Next is molars. Next teeth are molars. The three teeth at the back of the mouth next to the premolars are called molars. They are broader and they help to grind food. That's why they are called grinding teeth also. And there are 12 molars in all. You can see on the board. This in upper jaw 6 molars are there, and in lower jaw also 6 molars. So there are 12 molars in all. Now we will move to the structure of a tooth. The part of a tooth that can be seen above the gum is called the crown. You can see on the board, the part of the tooth that can be seen above the gum is called the crown. Now the outer layer of the crown is made of a substance called enamel, and it is the hardest substance in your body, and it is very difficult to scratch the surface of this layer. Beneath the enamel is a layer of dentine. It is not as hard as enamel. You can see on the board, beneath the enamel the layer is of dentine and it is not as hard as enamel. The innermost portion of the tooth is called the pulp, and the pulp contains blood vessels and nerves. The portion of the tooth that is inside the gum is called the root. You can see on the board, the portion of the tooth that is inside the gum is called root, and it holds the tooth firmly in the place. Same like plant holding, roots are holding plant firmly in the soil. Same way, the root part of tooth holds tooth firmly in the place. Now we will see what things damage to your teeth. When you eat, some small bits of food get stuck between tooth. And what happens if these bits of food are not removed? Small living things called germs starts growing on them. And germs produce substance called acid. Acid starts attacking on enamel. See, germs produce substance called acids. Acid harm the enamel. And small hole called cavity is formed on the tooth. And as germs continue to attack on tooth, the cavity become bigger and deeper. You can see on the board, as germs continue to attack the tooth, the cavity become bigger and deeper. And if a cavity reaches the pulp is innermost part of the tooth. If a cavity reaches the pulp, the tooth starts hurting. So, it is very important to look after your teeth. If you look after your permanent teeth properly, they will last a lifetime. But if you do not look after your permanent teeth, they may decay or rot and fall out. And once a permanent tooth fall out, new tooth will not grow in that place. Are you getting, students? If once a permanent teeth fall out, new tooth will not grow in that place. So it is very important to look after your teeth. Now we will see how you can take care of your teeth. To take care of your teeth, you should wash your mouth after every meal. We learned this in our previous lesson also. Then what you have to do? You have to brush your teeth twice a day. This brushing removes bits of food stuck between your teeth. And while brushing, you should follow a proper brushing techniques. What are the proper brushing techniques? We will see. Whenever you are brushing, you should or you must brush for at least 2 minutes. And when you are brushing, you should move your brush up and down to brush the front teeth. When you are brushing your front teeth, you should move your brush up and down to brush it properly. And when you are brushing your back teeth, you have to move your brush in a circle. Now again what we have to do, you see, visit to a dentist. Ask your parent to take you to a dentist periodically to check for cavities. If there are cavities, then the dentist can help you to avoid further damages. So that is why it is essential you have to visit a dentist periodically. And now we will see what is a good diet for good teeth. If you drink plenty of water, if you drink milk regularly and eat green leafy vegetable, it is good for your health and it is good for your teeth also. Why? Because milk and green leafy vegetables give you calcium and vitamin A, and you know that calcium and vitamin A both are good for your teeth. So you should follow good diet habits for good teeth. Now for good health, for good teeth, what you have to do? See, you must avoid eating sticky chocolates and sweets, and you must avoid fizzy drinks because they have acids in them and they are not good for your teeth, as acids are attacking the enamel of tooth and it will get damaged. This is all about how you should take care of your teeth. Now let us learn about microbes, kinds of microbes, and what are harmful microbes and useful microbes. First we will see what are microbes. Actually, tiny living things are called microbes. They are so small that cannot be seen with eyes. Microbes can be seen only through a microscope. There are millions of tiny living things in the air, in water, in soil, and even inside your body. Dear students, listen carefully. There are millions of tiny living things in the air, in water, in soil, and even inside your body. Some microbes are useful to us, whereas some are harmful. Many of the microbes cause diseases, and disease causing microbes are called germs. Many of the microbes cause diseases and disease causing microbes are called germs. Microbes are of 4 kinds. We will see what are the 4 kinds of microbes. See, there are 4 kinds of microbes. Those are bacteria, protozoa, viruses, and fungi. See, these are 4 kinds of microbes. Once again I will repeat this: bacteria, protozoa, viruses, and fungi. Now first we will see what are bacteria. Bacteria are found everywhere. They are most common living things on the earth. They are of different shapes and can be seen only through microscope. You can see here different shapes of bacteria. We will see what are the harmful bacteria. Harmful bacteria cause diseases such as typhoid, food poisoning and tooth decay. The bacteria which are harmful, they cause disease like typhoid, food poisoning and tooth decay. Now we will see useful bacteria. What are the useful bacteria? Useful bacteria help in the decay of dead plants and animals. Dear student, do you remember in last year in lesson soil we have learnt that when plants and animals die, that dead animals and plants decay and they get mixed with soil, and these dead plants and animals make soil fertile. So, to decay the dead plants and animals, who are helping? The bacteria are helping. That is why these are useful bacteria which help in the decay of dead plants and animals. They are also used, bacteria are also used in making foods such as cheese, vinegar and yogurt. The bacteria which help in the decay of dead plants and animals are useful bacteria, and even some bacteria are also used in making food such as cheese, vinegar and yogurt. Now see, some more useful bacteria are there. Some bacteria help animals to digest food, and dear student, you may get surprised because millions of bacteria live inside your intestine and usually they are harmless. As I told you, some bacteria are also present, some microbes are also present in our body. So, some bacteria help animals to digest food, and there are millions of bacteria in your intestine also, and they are usually harmless. Now we will move to next point. The next type of microbe is protozoa. Protozoa live in wet places and in the bodies of plants and animals. Some of them cause diseases like malaria. Here you can see picture of protozoa. Protozoa live in wet places and in the body of some animals. Now next we will move to viruses. Viruses are the smallest of all microbes. They cause diseases like the common cold, means the diseases caused because of virus are the common cold, influenza, that is also called flu, measles, mumps and polio. These all diseases caused because of virus. Now this is the picture, here are some pictures of viruses. Now we will move to next type of fungi, that is next type of microbe, that is fungi. Fungi grow on dead and rotting material, and fungi cause skin problems such as ringworm and dandruff. Some fungi are useful. The example of useful fungi is yeast. Yeast is a fungus that is used in making bread. So, yeast is also one type of fungi and it is useful. You can see the picture of fungus. Now, we will review what we have learned today. Microbes are tiny living things that can be seen only through a microscope. Bacteria, protozoa, viruses and fungi are some types of microbes, and some microbes cause diseases and others are useful. Okay students, now we will see some activities, some questions are there in textbook. Now read the question here. Give one difference between milk teeth and permanent teeth. Now you know that when a child is of 6 months old, he get his first teeth, that is called milk teeth, and first set of teeth is called milk teeth, and once milk teeth, by the age of 6, milk teeth starts falling out and permanent teeth grow in their place. So we have to give here one difference between milk teeth and permanent teeth. Just now I told there are 20 teeth when a child is having milk teeth, and permanent teeth are how many? 32. We will see what is the answer given here. The first teeth of a child has by 3 years of age are called milk teeth. The first teeth, whatever the set of teeth is there, that is called milk teeth. They later fall out and permanent teeth grow in their place. If permanent teeth fall out, new teeth do not grow in their place. It is the one difference. Milk teeth fall out and permanent teeth grow in their place, but if permanent teeth fall out, new teeth do not grow in their place. And one more difference is here, usually there are 20 milk teeth while there are 32 permanent teeth. Now we will move to next question. Let us see what is next question. Next question is not there. What we will see what activity is there. See here some questions are there. We have to choose the picture that answer the question. Here question is given and we have to choose the correct picture, and that picture only answer for that question. When do you get your first tooth? When do you get your first tooth? Yes, when you are of 6 months old. So here which is the picture? The last one. Yes, we are correct. Now next, who has milk teeth? Here 3 pictures are there. You have to guess who has milk teeth. Yes? Yes, again you are correct. Now next question is who has permanent teeth? Just now we saw the child get his first teeth, the boy has milk teeth, but question is who has permanent teeth and adult has permanent teeth. Yes. Now read the question carefully. Which of these will a tiger use to tear meat? In last session I explained this. See in first picture incisor it is showing. Incisor is cutting teeth, but question is which of these will a tiger use to tear meat? So what are the tearing teeth? Yes, canines are tearing teeth. So we will click this and we will see. Yes, our answer is correct. Now read the question carefully. Which of these help humans chew thoroughly? Here in first, this one it is showing molars, canines and incisors. Incisors are cutting teeth and canines are tearing teeth. But question is chew thoroughly means we have to crush and grind. So yes, we are correct. Now we will move to next. Some more questions we will see. See here, drag and drop the correct word in the blank to complete the sentence. And once if we done, we have to press done. See here are this checkbox is given. We will read that first. What are the hints are given here? Crown, enamel, pulp, germs, dentine, acid, root and gums. With the help of these words, we have to complete the sentence. So first sentence is the dash is beneath the enamel and contains the pulp within it. So answer is, remember what we learned in structure of a tooth. So answer is the dentine is beneath the enamel and contains the pulp within it. Yes, it is correct. Now we will move to next question. The next question is the dash is the soft part of the tooth containing the blood vessels and nerves. Do you remember we learned in the structure of tooth the innermost part of the tooth contains blood vessels and nerves, and that is called pulp. So pulp is here P-U-L-P, pulp. The pulp is the soft part of the tooth containing the blood vessels and nerves. Yes, again we are correct. Now we will move to next question. Dash is the surface that harms the enamel. See, dash is the substance that harms the enamel. What harms the enamel? What does harm the enamel? Yes, acid. Yes, we are correct. Acid is the substance that harms the enamel. Now next question, the tooth is held firmly in the place by the which part of the tooth? Yes, do you remember? Yes, it is correct. Root. The tooth is held firmly in the place by the root. Now we will move to next question. The part of the tooth that is the hardest part in your body is the, yes, the hardest part of the, the part of the tooth that is hardest part in your body. Which is that? Yes, enamel. Yes, correct. Now next question is the enamel makes up the surface of the, yes, outermost layer, that is enamel. This makes the surface of the crown. We have to drag it and we will press done. Correct. Now we have to move, we will move to next question. The crown is the part of the tooth that is visible above, yes, it is visible above the gum. Where is the gums? See, here is the last word is gums. We will click done. So one more question we will see. Dash give out acid which harm the enamel. Which of this all we have used? Now germs only remaining. We will see. Germs give out acids which harm the enamel. Yes, in this way we finished our lesson. Now dear students, you will read the lesson thoroughly. Read the lesson number 3, teeth and micro, underline new words and try to answer, because everything we have done. Try to solve the exercise given in the textbook. You have to read lesson carefully and you have to underline the new words and you have to learn that words. Okay, thank you.